An F1 race is a blast to attend in person, and after my first F1 experience in Miami in 2024, I'm headed back for this year. And I feel like I'm a bit more informed. What are the best viewing angles to view the race, and what tickets should you buy if you're looking not to break the bank? How do you get to and from the race? And what are the best ways to find shade and stay fed and hydrated in the Miami Grand Prix grounds? I'll share some of my humble recommendations in this episode of Between the Wheels. Attending an F1 race is a blast, and like so many other complex outings that we might do for a vacation or to scratch an item off our bucket list, the more comfortable you are, the more enjoyable the experience will be. A perusal of the FAQs for the Miami Grand Prix is informative for a variety of need-to-know items for any attendee. Among them are the bag requirements, which aren't dissimilar to other sporting events. There's some language that speaks to certain sizes of bags and direction that bags need to be clear, but I found there to be no problem taking a small sling bag, which you'll never hear me refer to as a fanny pack. Because I'm often shooting video at an event like this, my recommendations might be a bit different for other attendees. But a bag somewhere in the 4 by 5 by 8 inch range works for me, and I'm able to carry my camera and the necessary accessories. More important than camera gear will be comfort items like a hat for the hot Miami sun and some form of rain protection in the event of inclement weather. I brought an expandable water bottle to take advantage of the various water stations at the race, but I'm fairly camel-esque in my water intake, and I probably could have saved myself a few ounces of hauling. If you're anything like my wife and you have to pack a thermos for hydration on a trip to the grocery store, I highly recommend something portable that you can carry with you. Be advised at entry, the security stations will ask you to open any liquid containers to make sure they're empty. As for attire, shorts, comfortable athletic shoes, and a breathable shirt is highly recommended. Maybe you just bought a pair of jeans that make your rear end look better than the wing on the McLaren car, but to me, you'd be crazy to wear anything with long pants or long sleeves in Miami. One caveat was the breathable SPF-protected long sleeve that I wore one of the days last year, which lessened the amount of baking I took on my arms in that hot Miami sun. Now, you could just roll up to Hard Rock Stadium and park your ride, especially if you're lucky enough to live close enough to Miami that you'll be driving to the race. But even for folks that are local to Miami, and for the majority of the rest of us flying in for the race, I don't recommend taking your own car. That was the choice I made last year, and this year I'm going a little different route. Race fans are advised that parking must be purchased in advance of the race, and if you don't do so, there will not be any place to park a vehicle within miles of the stadium. You can risk it and try to park in any number of private driveways which locals seek to rent out for a fee. But no matter what option you choose, it's not cheap, and you'll be walking a mile or more, depending on which parking area to which you're assigned. Driving into the stadium grounds can be a bit confusing, and not all lots show up accurately on navigation maps. This year I'll be using rideshare in an attempt to cut down on the amount of hassle. Hot tip, bring some of this. I don't carry cash anymore in my daily life, but the walk from each of the parking areas into the Hard Rock Stadium is long, and it's hot. And if you're lucky, bicycle taxis will take you the final mile between your drop-off area into the entrance that you're trying to get to. To take advantage of them, you'll need some of this. The second tip is to give yourself plenty of time. I found getting anywhere I wanted to go around the Hard Rock took about 3 times longer than I thought it would. So if you don't want to be rushed and you want to hit your race time on time, give yourself plenty of lead time to walk the grounds, make it through security, and get to the place you're going. The Hard Rock Complex is a fantastic place to walk around, and the excitement of being at an F1 race makes it even more fun. There are a wide variety of places to eat and drink, and every kind of libation you can imagine, with plenty of food options. Be aware that prices aren't cheap, and you should be prepared to wait in line, especially during peak times. If you're looking for shade and you're not Kylie Jenner enjoying the air-conditioned comfort of one of the lounges, sun protection can be hard to come by. But there are a few eateries and merchandise areas where you can duck under a roof or browse just to get out of the sun. One fantastic element of this Grand Prix is that the F1 teams situate their team HQs within the Hard Rock Stadium. Not only is this a fantastic place to try and gawk and see some interesting goings-on, but being that the stadium is open to attendees, it's a great place to duck out of the sun, grab some food or a drink, and enjoy a seat for a little while to rest your legs. In my experience, being inside the stadium and taking advantage of some of the cross drafts within the complex brought some welcome cool down on 80 and 90 degree days. For my first F1 experience, I didn't know what I wanted to do. In 2024, I purchased a 3-day general admission ticket, and that gave me the freedom to walk around the campus and discover F1 for myself. And then when a seat became available on Sunday, I gobbled one up and I was glad I did. This year I'm attending the race only, and in terms of your F1 experience, your goals may vary. Of course, there are other things happening during race week, like the Porsche Cup races and the Academy events, and so there's more motorsports action to enjoy if you attend on more than just one day. And should you purchase a seat? Well, in my opinion, if you can afford the expense, having a seat is far superior to relying on general admission, where you'll be jockeying to see through or over fences at any one of the general admission viewing areas around the track. The benefit to having a seat is the obvious comfort that comes with having a seat, and that's augmented if you are lucky enough to choose a seat in one of the covered stadium areas. You'll get some shade. Additionally, my viewing position for 24 afforded me and everyone in our section video and audio commentary, which greatly enhances your experience. This year I've chosen to sit in the beach area, which I hope will give me the opportunity to see several corners and some great racing action from one single vantage point. So last but not least, how will you remember this awesome experience? Well, of course, we'll all be taking tons of photo and video. An F1 race is a great place to go and hang out, even if you're not a race fan. There's the colors and the sounds of the cars, there's all the dynamic racing action, there's music, there's food, there's drink, there's bands, and there's a lot of people watching and maybe even a celebrity sighting or two. Last year I walked right by David Coulthard before I got my camera up in time. And if you really want to remember the weekend, of course there's merch. Plenty of places to buy stuff all over the Hard Rock Stadium complex. My recommendation is wait deep into the weekend. There's plenty of stuff. They've got lots in stock. And that way you're not hauling bags around everywhere you go. And be prepared. Stuff is not cheap, so you will wince when you sign your credit card slip. Well, just a few days and it's time to head out for my second Grand Prix experience. I hope some of my learnings from my first time out have been helpful. Thanks for watching.